Tarubajejaho ndamwirukanye mu izina rya Yesu ndabatokesheje kwa cana Yesu dore data
Yesu wanyogeje ibyaha.
Disability is a matter of perception. If you can do one thing well, you are needed by someone. Today, we bring you a story of a man and woman whose bones break like glass or plastic. He is called Damascene. She is called Josephine. Damascene says that he is 34 years old, which a lot of people do not believe, according to the way he looks. Some say that he is younger than 34 years, basing on the way his body is. Others say he is way older than 34 years, because his face looks like he is in his 50s. Damascene says he was born differently, and his body is not as normal as it should be, because his bones are unbelievably soft, and according to him, they break like glass or even plastic, and this gives everyone hard time to believe, until they see it for themselves. He says that since he was born, he is always in the hospital, going through surgery, and he believes that he is one of the people that have undergone through many surgeries in the entire world, because it only takes weeks and he goes for another. However, though his life keeps going on this way, he says that mentally he is 100% okay and he has full understanding. He always gets a lot of ideas, but since his body is sick, he never gets the opportunity to put them into reality. Damascene says even the doctors themselves had fear when they saw how his bones were made, and they have always done research on this kind of bones that break like glass and softer than plastic, but he has never known why he was born like this. When he stands for a long time, his legs break, but before they do so, they first bend in this position, and after they are bent for some days, they finally break, and he says when his bones break, he does not feel any kind of pain, and all he hears is the sound of them breaking. Josephine's condition is also similar to Damascene's, because both of them have a problem of their bones being extremely soft. They keep breaking, and when they break, they come out of the skin with literally no blood on them, and that's when they go for surgery. Since it is the bones that participate in the human body growth, the two have a height that is way shorter than the normal height according to their age, and yet they are not little people, which brings about confusion about their age to many people. He says that these are some of the places that his skin was torn by the broken bones, and they had to carry out surgery in order to put them back. Since Damascene's bones can't support his standing, he walks on wooden crutches, but he says that these are so uncomfortable because they make his arms keep hurting, and this is the reason why he spends most of the time inside the house.
ibikoko ibinyamaswa ntago barara abantu
nk'ubu nkayo bakwitaga gute
yabaritaga igikoko sije kubeshya.
He says that before he hardly got out of his house because people in his society used to call him names because they said that his height is like one of the gorillas, which always made him feel uncomfortable in one way or another. And this is what made him always stay inside the house the whole day.
Josephine
is not happy at all because she says that her life is terrible and she thinks that she is not living anymore because of her body situation that makes her bones keep breaking, which makes her start thinking that she wants to live no more. Her condition is not normal at all. She can't work because of her situation, and yet she wants to be of use in her society at one point, just like everybody else. Josephine has a child, and she says that it is the reason why she is always worried, since she hardly gets food for her son, and most times she sits down and all she does, she just watches him crying hungry because there is nothing that she can do about it. Josephine is 28 years old and her son is 2 years old. However, Damascene is not the father to her child, since his real father abandoned her and her son. According to Josephine, he does not even care about them anymore. She knew that there is no man that would ever accept a woman with this kind of abnormality, and that is when she decided to come and spend the whole of her life with Damascene, her older brother, because he was the only one who ever understood the pain that she was going through, because in their entire family, they were the only ones that were born like this. Damascene says that he also has a child, a young baby girl, but he does not live with her mother because she refused to live with such a man, and she therefore decided to go and live with another because Damascene never stood a chance. They wanted to say Afrimax TV and they gave it a try.
Afrimax
TV.
The two were born like this, and the problem did not only affect their legs but their heads too. Their heads are also soft, and when they were still young, a lot of fluids that they can't explain always used to come out of their heads, but this was painful. They never went to school at all because it required to work there, and none of the two could not at all manage. So they decided to stay at home each and every day while watching other children going to school every morning. In their society, life is not at all easy, and the only way they get food is when a good Samaritan or passerby gives them little money or food in order for them to keep up, and they say this does not happen every time. They want their son to have a bright future and go to school because they believe he should at least get the chance that they never had, and they want him to be a very useful person in their society. Before Afrimax left, Damascene requested to pray for them, and here he goes. All that they want right now is capital to start up a small business in their society so that they are at least able to live and feed their children, take care of them, and take them to school without having to beg from people. Thank you for watching Afrimax English. This is Prince. Do not forget to subscribe.